I believe that we all understand that NEC is more than just a contract type or form, right? So it's more about a tool for the PM to better deliver a project or manage a project. So if we look at it from this perspective, perhaps it's time for us to move away from thinking just about the mechanism or the terms or clauses towards the human-oriented aspects. It's time for us to change people's mindset, and so that we can shape the culture for the future developments of NEC. So we can see that NEC is more and more popular amongst public works in Hong Kong, but it's still quite rare within the private sector. So maybe people are still not confident, maybe they still don't understand the beauty of it. So it's time for us to embed in our training the change of people's attitudes and mindset. Maybe we can do more case sharing, and maybe I think it would be a good time for us to identify NEC champions, and then we can strategically train them and allocate them in different projects. This is the way we can step by step gradually change the culture in the whole sector. There are actually a lot, but I think the two core things would be the trust and cooperation. So when I ask people, who are your project team members, they always say, okay, I belong to that or that project team. But actually, according to Simon Sinek, I don't know whether you have heard of this name before. He is actually the writer of many best-selling leadership books. He is actually having a military background. So he said that project team is not about people just working together. It's about people working together, but they trust each other. So without trust, you can't really say that you have a team or you're involved in a team. So in the traditional contracts or projects, obviously they don't really have enough trust towards each other. As what our participants have shared, is just a police towards the thief game between them. So I think the beauty of NEC would be it acts as a platform, at least even though we can have a tool to change people's behavior first. So after they experience certain benefits from, for example, early warning meetings, and then they can solve issues or problems collaboratively at the beginning of the project, then they kind of start to change their mindset and believe that maybe there are certain systems under NEC which can change the performance of the team. It's not just about the benefits of the individual parties, but collaboratively they can better enhance the design and buildability and also the maintenance issues as well. So I think NEC, the beauty of it is really about changing people's behaviors of doing things, collaborating and real trusting collaborative relationships between both parties. So I see the immediate change that can make us towards the construction 2.0, or first of all, because one of the challenges as highlighted in the construction 2.0 is fragmentation, right? So in order to overcome this, we really have to change people's mindset. So first of all, it's again about the values of people. So I would say that is about, from the training, as what we have just mentioned in the presentation. We are not in lack of the number of trainings. Maybe it's time for us to add on more objectives in the training so that we can aim at changing people's perceptions towards the performance of NEC. Maybe we can share with them more evidences, empirical findings about the beauty of NEC in terms of quantify or tangible performance indicators like cost management, time management, performance, and so on and so forth. So it's only after this then people will start to change the perception towards NEC, and then the behavior in the long run. It's not just because of the NEC clauses that they have to call for meeting, but then within that meeting they may be still are trying to identify the responsibility of that risk, blah blah blah. So going back to the traditional mode of doing things, but then just putting the old feet into the new shoes.